James second, Dom third, and then I conclude that we started back up.
And we're live. All right, and we are back. This is the week 7. We're already at week 7. Damn. Week 7 edition of Picked Off, and we got the crew in the house tonight. We got JT to my left. Right below me, as soon as he shows his face, is JJ. There he is. And to the bottom left is Dom DeRubeis, who is in late dinner mode. So, gotta talk about as far as these games and everything. First and foremost, how's everybody? JJ, are you sitting in front of a brick wall?
I am. I'm outside on my porch, and
He's sitting in front of something.
Okay, yeah, I was like, man, that looks like some 1980s bad video.
What's up, Grizzy?
Shit was good. We got Grizzy in the house.
What's funny? What's funny about this is that there was a little horror movie of people on streaming online where deaths start happening, and knowing my situation compared to you guys will probably react to me losing my life because the line cut off based off the horror movie tragedy.
Oh man. Oh man.
It's Halloween, so there's a lot of horrifying things happening right now.
It's getting pretty close to it. Well, let's go and get down to it. I know last week we get the first game on the screen. I know last week we saw an absolute shit fest between the Jets and the Broncos. The Broncos came away with the victory because apparently they don't know how to run an offense in New York. But hopefully this one is better. Actually, you know what? That London game is next. But this is Thursday Night Football coming up. This is the battle of two old-ass quarterbacks. They both are 40-plus years old. Steelers are 5.5-point road faves at Bengals. So who prevails in Cincinnati? Let's start off with JT. Who you got, man?
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. They're playing good right now. They're playing the best ball in the AFC North. And if these teams in division are not careful and start stacking up some wins, it's gonna be a problem because the Steelers gonna create that separation. It's gonna be too far ahead, and the Ravens and these teams got their work cut out for them if they're trying to catch up. So I got the Steelers winning this game in the geriatric bowl of the two oldest quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. They calling it the icy hot bowl. Yeah, they got those back problems. 40-year-old quarterbacks. So I got the Steelers winning this game.
All right, and then Dom, who you got? You got Mr. Rogers or Mr. Flacco?
I certainly can't pick the Bengals at this point. I'm not really sure what they were doing or what they were trying to prove or making that trade. Like, is Joe Flacco better than Browning? Yeah, probably. Was it worth giving up anything just to prove that point to themselves?
I mean, I'm probably better than Browning at this point.
I don't even know who their third-string quarterback is, but we may get a look at him at some point because I don't know how much longer Burrow's out, but you know Flacco's going to get banged up, get hurt, miss a quarter, miss a half, miss a whole game sooner than later. Could be this week. Who knows?
I don't think Burrow is going to come back if the Bengals are not in it. So they keep losing. We won't see Joe again this season.
Yeah. I got the Steelers big, like 30-10. Steelers may have this. They have damn near had this division wrapped up by Thanksgiving. The way it's going now, because everyone else in that division is just like, ugh.
AJ, who you picking?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I've been hearing that division talk, and I just say, we'll see. Because at the end of the day, for my team, I've seen them reel off 10 or 12 straight wins in a row, and so I don't know what's going to happen. But in this game, I actually got the Steelers winning this game. But I will say, I think it's going to be a much more competitive game because one thing I know that Flacco did, and he actually did it last week when trying to almost beat, I believe it was the Green Bay Packers, he gets the ball downfield. Jamar Chase is starting to come alive again, starting to get some yardage on there. If he had a little bit more time with this team, this game would have been a very, very closer game than I'm giving it. I've got the Steelers winning 31-27.
All right. Real quick, I got the Steelers in this one. Like James said, this is the time for the Steelers to create that separation because, and I've said this several times before, JJ is my witness, is you don't want that team in Baltimore to suddenly heal up and get it together. So these are the games that you need to win, even if it's against division rivals. I got the Steelers in this one. I'll take them 30-21. Next game. Okay, now I can talk about hopefully this being a better London game than the shit face that we got last week. We've got the Rams 2.5-point favorites against the Jaguars. Did you know that there are only two teams in the last 10 years, I believe, to average 150 passing yards per game, and both of them was quarterbacked by Justin Fields, the 2022 Bears and the 2025 Jets. So with that being said, this is a game. You know what? I'm gonna pick the Rams in this one, but I think the Jags are gonna keep it close. I think they're gonna kind of surprise everyone and keep it close. I'm gonna pick the Rams by 3. I don't know by what score just yet. We'll go around the horn. JT, who you got? The Rams or Jaguars?
I'm picking the Jaguars to win this game. They're more acclimated to playing the games in London. The Rams are not. The Rams are also without Puka Nacua.
Sure.
That's a big loss to their team. I think the Rams are. If they were playing in LA or Jacksonville, I might still pick the Rams to win this game. But just because of those two things, Nacua out, flying across the country, Rams not used to that, I'll go ahead and take the Jags to win.
All right, Dom, who you got, man?
While I do agree with most everything that James just said, I'm still picking the Rams. The Jaguars, I don't think they're for real. I don't even think they think they're for real. Did they get screwed? Oh, no, wait. They beat KC. Who they play this last week? Did they win or lose? I don't even remember.
lost.
They lost to Seattle.
Oh,
it was not
that's
a
right,
pretty
that's right.
game.
That's right. Yeah, I'm picking the Rams. Yeah, yes, the Jags' second home, soon to be, and I've said it for years, and it's going to happen, soon to be the Jags' first home in London. They, like James said, they're definitely more acclimated to playing over there, but despite the similar records, I think the Rams are considerably better than the Jags. If Puka doesn't play, that can hurt them.
Yeah, he's out.
But I don't see that stopping them. They've got enough other weapons. They've still got Kyron Williams. They still have an aging Devontae Adams. He's kind of been the forgotten man out there. You don't hear much about Devontae Adams this year. It's all
He's been producing. He's been producing every week.
I know. Honestly, I forgot between when they made that trade and when the season started. I was like, oh my God, the Rams got Devontae Adams. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be looking for them to lean on him a little bit more with no Puka. And I'm sure he's up to the task.
And also, Tyler Higbee hopefully can wake up. He scored for the first time this season this past Sunday. JJ, who do you have? You got a Jags team who they are riding high. They beat KC, and then seemingly they were hung over when they fell to Seattle. So who do you got?
Well, I do want to just reinforce something you said in the previous segment. And so, because I just want to say the consensus is with the Ravens team is the schedule sets up to the point where they have no margin for error, but neither do teams ahead. Because if they do what they're supposed to, they'll gain ground. But back to this game, I've got the Jaguars in this game because I do think it's not even really about – it's more about the fact that they lost Puka Nacua. And actually just seeing this team, seeing how they've ran, seeing the things that they had, there were injuries and the miscues, and there are some key pieces out going against my offense that you saw the holes, but you didn't have the type of quarterback at that time to connect on them. And then when we did have the ability to have a mobile quarterback coming in there, I noticed how the defense changed because he could get a couple first downs with his legs, which is why I think the Jaguars can win this game because Trevor Lawrence does use his legs. And Trevor Lawrence is not, your stick in the mud. And I do think that they may not be the better team, but I also think that they're competitive enough. And at the end of the day, you did just beat this Kansas City Chiefs team, who actually just beat the Lions team. So that team feels confident, like, okay, we beat a team that actually is the Super Bowl, one of the Super Bowl reps and a contender. I think they're going to show people that, you know what? Much like MLB when they were questioning the Blue Jays and the Blue Jays took off, I think they're trying to show people like, look, we're not just doing this out of nowhere. I think they're going to win this game. And I got them winning this game 27-24.
All right. And so with that being said, next game.
Wait, Jay, who did you pick? The Rams?
I picked Rams.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, I know I didn't just load Wolf the
Rams.
favorite.
No. We split. I got Rams covering. Raiders, Chiefs. And actually that line changed. It's now Chiefs by 11. But this is a game that the Chiefs could use to keep pace with the Bolts. Travis Kelce typically throws a party against the Raiders, but could there be a letdown and the Raiders upset the Chiefs? JT, who you got?
Absolutely not. Zero chance. The Raiders are a really bad team. They've struggled a lot.
Win, right?
They beat the Titans last week, but
okay, that doesn't count.
They beat the Titans and they beat the New England Patriots, but they have not done anything this season. Geno said he didn't write back. At this point, I think it's time to start writing back. That's what I see. So I got.
They called me and I didn't answer.
I got the Chiefs winning.
All right, Dom.
Yeah, I don't see any possible way on God's green earth that the Raiders win this game. I do not like that spread, even if it is only 11. Double digits is, as I always say, crazy. I think the Raiders, that's the other team that used to be in LA, but one is back and one's in Vegas, and one went to Oakland, and then now they're in Vegas.
I think the Raiders should have went to LA.
The LA does not like football. They've got two teams there now that no one gives a shit about.
Yes,
LA
is
not a pro football town.
But they have a better fan base. They have a better fan base. They have a better fan base in Los Angeles than the Chargers do. The Chargers have a strong fan base in San Diego. They should have stayed in San Diego, and Raiders go to Vegas or LA. It makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. It actually could be argued that there's more of a Dallas Cowboys fan presence in LA than the two.
Yeah, that's because the Cowboys are fucking bandwagon fans. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, I got Chiefs probably 30-20. Raiders will keep it close enough to cover the spread, but it will not be a close game. And I'm thinking that's more like a 30-13, and the Raiders go down and score with 2 minutes left in the game to cover the spread because NFL.
JJ?
Well, I actually got the Chiefs, and I actually will take them to cover this spread because I will say the most important thing about this team that actually I think everybody in NFL needs to look at, Rashee Rice is back, and that is easily the number one target for Patrick Mahomes. And if anyone remembers when they did play, Rashee Rice could get off on anybody. And so with what he already has the camaraderie with Juju, Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, I do think that this team is going to do pretty well and start to be reminding the AFC that, hey, we are still around. I don't know that how far they're going to go, but what I've seen against my team, what I've seen against your team, I see a team that's starting to really figure it out. And I think getting him back, I think they'll win 30-17, and I think they'll cover that spread.
All right, and with that being, my bad, real quick. Yeah, I've got the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs 35-10. I do not see in any universe at this time the Raiders beating the Chiefs. Sure, upsets can happen, but I just don't see it this time around. The Chiefs are behind the Bolts in the division, and they need to get it together. This is the type of game you're supposed to win if you want to keep pace with them. Next game.
Oh, God.
This is like a coin flip game, okay? You know what? Go ahead, JT.
Listen,
real life.
The Miami Dolphins are a hot mess. Let's just call it what it is. You got Tua Tagovailoa going to the media saying, people aren't going to meetings, and a lot of players on the team said that wasn't true. They were pissed off about it. Mike McDaniel denied it. Multiple players denied it. He made an apology today, and it just keeps getting worse. So for that reason, Cleveland Browns, I think, can win this game. They're playing at home. They have a good defense. I think they'll win. And I think Miami problems are going to keep going. And I just don't see it getting better for them.
And Dom?
We've reached the point now with Mike McDaniel where every day when he walks into the facility, he takes a deep breath and holds up his key card, waiting to see if it's going to turn green or turn red. I think
what's crazy is I really don't think he's the problem.
I agree with James on that one.
He might not be, but you can't, they're not going to bench Tua. They're not going to, I guess maybe in the meantime, they might fire the offensive coordinator, fire the defensive coordinator, but McDaniel's got to go. He's lost that team. And like I said, my prediction, this will be the last week that his key card still works. And if I were them, I would dismiss him unceremoniously, just like that. Just deactivate his key card. And when he shows up on Monday morning and it turns red, then he calls and he's like, hey, I can't get in the facility. And they're like, hey, you're fucking fired. Get out.
And then Mark Henry pulls up on a moped or a golf cart with a security shirt on and escorts him off the property. JJ, who do you have?
By the shoulders, and he's like, easy way or the hard way.
And then Miami is not going to get any better because he's not really the problem.
I think I was getting ready. When I was getting ready to echo, I said, then they're just showing why they're where they are, because that's no way to treat this man that actually did bring out the best of your team. And at the end of the day, to the point, I don't even think he's the biggest problem. When you're a positive person and you are very positive as a coach with authority over a team to be able to influence and guide them, when you lose that, that means the team doesn't unfortunately have the same vision as you. And the real reason why I believe that may happen is I think there are other people in there that infected this whole thing and now is making him look like to be the problem. So I would say if I would give him another chance and get rid of the negativity around him. Because to James' point, when you say that, that's kind of done. I actually did this at my job today when we did our NFL picks, and I actually picked Miami to win. But I'm actually going to change that because of the fact that I didn't realize that he had threw his teammates under the bus publicly and then had to do these things and all the people deny. When I hear that, I know that means that team and him are just not at where they need to be. And this is the perfect time for Dylan Gabriel to try to get a win. And I think he'll get it. I think they're going to win this game 20-17.
I was going to flip a coin, but screw it. I'm just going to pick the Browns. If Dylan Gabriel is going to get his first win as a starter, this needs to be it. I know last week against Pittsburgh, he didn't look terrible, but he also didn't look productive. But at the same time, this is a dumpster fire of a team you're facing. You don't have to go out there and be the quarterback that just beat you. Just do enough to win. Don't lose the game. I think that this will be probably more or less a Quinshawn Judkins game. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Browns to get their second win of the season. Next game.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins players are actively tanking so they can get Mike McDonald fired. It's a lost season anyways.
Patriots, a 1.5 favorite at Tennessee. So same situation as with the Chiefs, but this one, the Patriots actually ahead. I saw a meme, what was it, about earlier today. And it said, you got the Chargers and the the Colts and the Steelers and like all division leaders, now. And it's like in the AFC, and it's like, oh, it's 2007 all over again. This is New England's chance to pull further ahead, seeing as the Bills just suffered their second loss. They suffered a loss on Monday Night Football. And I've been seeing all the sports talk all day about what's going on with Josh Allen. Have the Bills been exposed? But Patriots, Titans. JT, who you got?
So the Tennessee Titans fired head coach Brian Callahan after just 5 games or 6 games this season. Titans don't really have that continuity there. I think Mike McCoy is going to be the interim head coach, former coach with the San Diego Chargers. I just don't see the Titans being able to pull this one off, even though they're playing at home. I like what the Patriots are doing, playing some good, solid football under Mike Vrabel. So I like what the Patriots are doing. I like what Drake May's doing. I'll take him to win this game. And Buffalo's got some work to do. All of a sudden, lost 2 straight games, and things are not looking good for them. So they got to get it together because this Patriots team is pretty good.
All right.
When is the world going to realize that maybe the other teams got a little bit better? We say this about every team that has a couple of losses in a row. Eagles just got questioned a little bit. Buffalo Bills are just questioned a little bit. Maybe these teams are starting getting better because if you watch the game I watched with the Bills, I saw an Atlanta team that looked pretty good.
Yeah, they looked good.
I didn't see no Buffalo made mistakes and gave them cracks. I seen an Atlanta team that looked like they started to get some they had a good game. I don't know if it's anything about Buffalo, more about
Bijan's on fire lately.
Man. But I just wanted to say that because I found it funny when we question your team, and I kind of find it funny when people question this team. I'm like, every good team will possibly lose some games, or the other teams will get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dom,
Sorry about
who
that,
do you
Dom.
have in this game?
Patriots. The Titans are a mess right now. That is their fourth firing in the last 34 months. And I think at this point they're tanking. I think in the coming weeks here, they're going to trade every asset that they possibly can to try to accumulate some draft picks and get some help for Cam Ward because Lord knows he needs it.
Hmm?
Yeah, Patriots and they're covering. This could be ugly. I'm thinking like 35-10.
Yeah. JJ, who you got?
I mean, I think that whole firing thing, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it on Friday, but if we do, that'll be awesome. But I just think just reinforces the point. You just drafted the
That
guy
part too, making Gris.
You just drafted the guy that was supposed to be this guy's man, and now you just got rid of that guy. So now you got to really put yourself at a disadvantage because now you got to get a guy that's going to come in and want this guy. And we've seen what happened with a situation with Brian Flores when it coached on want you, or Baker Mayfield and Hugh Jackson when it coached on want you. That wasn't what you were supposed to do. This was this man's second year. So honestly, you pulled the gun for whatever reason. I don't know, but that was crazy. I will say I take the Patriots to win this game because I got to give it to Kendall. And me, actually, I get him to last year, and I got on it too. That guy Drake May is pretty nice. That guy Drake May is looking pretty good. He's got that frame, he's got that presence, and he can run and he can throw. And so I think that they are a good team to be looking at. They're a team that I said will make the wild card. And so I got them winning this game. I'll give them the cover. I got them winning 28-14.
I think we all picked the Patriots to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we did. And I'm especially taking the Patriots to win this game. You know, my first take on Drake May came last season after the Texans beat them in Foxborough. The Patriots had scored 3 touchdowns, but from what I saw from Drake May, I said that boy is about to be a problem. And then fast forward to this season, and he's got this team ahead in a division that people said was pretty much all but the Bills, right? You know, it's the Bills division until further notice. And now we've seen the Patriots pulling ahead. But this is their chance to pull further ahead in the AFC East. This is a Tennessee team that is obviously reeling, so this is a game that they've got to win. I'm going to take the Patriots. I'll take them 28-7. Next game.
I want to talk about this game. I do.
He just goes.
The Carolina Panthers have not won a game on the road this season.
They have not. But the Jets have not won a game at all. But JJ, what you got to say, man?
I mean, this is an interesting. Every matchup that's even good or bad, you look at things like the positive. You look at what you want to see. I want to see how Bryce Young performs because at the end of the day, and actually since the beginning of towards the end of last year, the young man's not been looking bad. This young man's actually looking pretty good, and he's got a nice looking weapon. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Tatoria McMillan. I probably said it wrong. He's got other pieces, Chuba Hubbard. They're not a great team, but this is a game where I can see them actually looking like a pretty similar to what they did to
Rico Dowdle looks like fucking Earl Campbell the last 2 weeks.
He has. They look like they beat on the Falcons. This is saying I want to see how they do. Of course, Justin Fields and them are in the disarray or whatever, but there was not so many expectations on this team in the first place. So it is. I think every coach should have understanding. I think everybody should understanding. If you come into a situation like this as a first-year coach, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a bad year.
Yeah, but they weren't this bad last season.
But I mean, they weren't this.
They look worse. They look worse than last year.
I'm picking the Jets.
But wasn't last year with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
So was Aaron the problem or not?
There's more than just the Aaron thing. The Jets were not really a team that was in a position to really say that they are building a direction. You didn't really know what direction they were going because before
they have regressed.
At this point,
my point is
And it's
My
not
point-
a Justin Fields thing.
My
It's a
point
Jets
is, if the New England Patriots can move off of Gerard Mayo after one season, then why can't the Jets move off from Aaron Glenn? Because he's not progressing. He's not progressing this team in the right direction.
So
They're not getting better. They're not doing anything positive. Justin Fields had like 35 yards through 3 quarters. That's not how you win football games in the NFL.
But New England,
first quarterback in NFL
I just don't see the
history to
Jets.
go
I
5
don't see the
games
Jets
without a
going
pick and
anywhere.
not win a game.
Panthers will definitely win this game.
from my perspective, to your point, I don't think the Patriots did right by letting go of Mayo, so it wouldn't really relevant to me when it comes to Aaron Glenn, because if you had it my way, they both should have kept their job. I'm a firm believer in giving a new person time to build. How do you ask a person? How does New England ask a person to build a vision and what their vision is, but don't give them a chance to execute it? What I think happens with that situation is they found out as soon as Mike Vrabel was let go, because he was let go from Tennessee last year, I believe, right?
Yep.
Boom. They always wanted him, and as soon as he got off, Gerard Mayo was the one that just had to be the casualty. I don't think that Gerard Mayo, they haven't had a chance to get to anything because you haven't had a chance to build. They're going to learn, but that's the reason why they are where they are, because you don't give a guy or any time a chance. That guy, and Dom knows this, that man's first year in Detroit, they said the same thing that you were saying, James. They said the exact same thing you were saying about him, about Aaron Glenn. They don't think he has the ability to bring it. His culture's not going to mesh. He's not going to do this. Maybe it could be just like that, maybe not. But I'm just saying the sense of the context is everybody thinks this, but it's like time. Yeah. Give it time. Your coach went through it.
My coach has never missed the playoffs, ever.
And people still question. Remember last year we had the conversation. They were like trying to get rid of him and stuff like that. Think he's lost the team and do all this stuff. And you had to come in and bitch to say like, bro, you've been doing some things, but chill off that stuff.
Got you. All right.
I'm gonna pick the Panthers in this one. Obviously, I really like. I mean, it's a combination of I like what the Panthers are doing out there, and the Jets are just that bad. Rico J. Simpson is going to run wild all over the Jets, and I've got them huge in this game. I'm going to take them. One of those funky scores. I'm going to say 29-10. Next game. Saints and Bears. So the Saints can be a bit of a scrappy team and hang in there, but then they kind of let the other team pull away. But Caleb Williams, hey, how about this? First quarterback in his franchise's history to have a passing TD and at least 200 passing yards in the first 5 games of the season. Caleb Williams starting to look like the guy they wanted him to be. So, JT, who do you have in this game?
I really like how the Chicago Bears are.
I gotta get back off and get back in.
It's because JJ has 2 things in here. Okay. What I was saying was I really like what the Chicago Bears are doing. Great win for them against the Commanders last week, 25-24. They looked really good on offense. Got DeAndre Swift the ball. He had over 100 yards rushing, and I had the long. It was like a short pass, but he got all those yards after the catch. Really explosive. Roma Dunze is good. They got DJ Moore. The Bears got a good team, and they also have a really favorable stretch coming up with this game against the Saints. Then they got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Giants, and the Vikings. I think the Chicago Bears are capable of winning every single one of those games. And then all of a sudden, they make the statement that maybe they're the team in the NFC North. So I like what the Bears are doing. And
it's funny. It made me laugh.
It doesn't look too funny right now, does it?
It's the fucking Bears.
Who cares if it's the Bears? The Bears are actually playing like a good team this season.
Remember last year when the Bears were 5-2 after 7 weeks? Excuse me, 4-2. Then they went 2 months without a win. It won't be like that. I've been waiting for the Bears to ascend. Maybe now is
yes, but Detroit has a much difficult schedule than the Bears. That's my point.
We do.
So if the Bears go on this stretch, and the Bears are 7-2, 8-2, and you're like 5-4, 7-5, something like that, then what does the conversation become? I think the Bears will win this game, and I think they're a team that everyone should watch out for.
All right, Dom.
The Bears are definitely on the right track lately so far. 6-7 weeks into the season, I'll give them their just due. Caleb Williams has been playing better. I think him and Ben Johnson are figuring out how to coexist. Ben Johnson's opening up the playbook a little bit more, looking for those deep throws. Whether Ben Johnson realizes it or not, I'm going to tell you right now, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams is never going to be your 67, 68, 69% completion percentage guy. He's just not that guy. But he does have a bigger arm than Jared Goff. He's more mobile. So you just need to figure out how to mesh that in to your offensive play calling style, because you have to put guys in the position to succeed, and you have to play to their strengths. You can't expect this guy to throw it into a window every time, because he's just not that guy, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. He brings other things to the table. That being said, yeah, I'll take the Bears in this game, and they cover 25-18. There's a weird score for you.
JJ?
So I'm really astounded at what I just heard, because at the end of the day, from my personal perspective, I don't see what was just said about this quarterback at all. And I think when I listen to the broadcast, you haven't seen it from him because they weren't doing it with the last coach. We don't know what he can do because he hasn't had a chance to do it with this guy, but he's got a chance to do it now. And what I've seen is he can hit the throws. You're not going to be super accurate being on it. In your second year, I can see in 3 or 4 years being, I think, their first passer, I think, over 4,000 yards. Or I think he could break records for them as a quarterback because he does have the talent. He's got a great connection with Rome Odunze, who's looking like a pretty stud type wide receiver for him. Hasn't even had a chance to really get DJ Moore involved. They got DeAndre Swift, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they're running the football. This is a really intriguing game of quarterbacks that I think are going to become better than people expect down the line, because at the end of the day, these Saints are also playing people scrappy. They're not just sitting there rolling over or anything like that. They're playing these teams tough. So I think this is going to be a good game. I do have the Bears winning this game, but I got them winning 24-20.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep this one short. I'm gonna take the Bears in this one. I don't quite yet trust Rattler against this Bears team. I know that he finally got his first win after 10 tries about a couple of weeks ago, but I got the Bears in this one. The Bears, in my opinion, have found new life, and they know that they have a bit of an uphill battle in the NFC North with, of course, a Vikings team that still can be competitive, and then also you got the Lions, and then you still got those guys in Green Bay as well. But the Bears are doing what they need to do to win games, and like JT said, they do have a favorable stretch. So come late November, come December, it might be the Bears on top of the division. But as I've said, probably for about the third time in the telecast, this is the game that they need to win in order to keep pace and pull ahead. I'll take the Bears by 10 in this one. Next game.
I love that I'm on a bye.
Eagles.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about
Vikings.
the team anyways,
The
JJ.
Eagles are a 1.5-point road faves. They're facing a familiar face in quarterback Carson Wentz. Let's go ahead and take it to our resident Eagles fan, JT. What do you think about this game, brother?
Let's be honest about it. After the last 2 weeks, it's a must-win game for the Eagles. It's a must-win game for the Eagles. We have seen the reports again this week. Every week there's another report. This week, they had a great offensive meeting with Kevin Tupulo, the offensive coordinator. And Saquon Barkley's saying stuff, and Jalen Hurts is saying stuff like, oh, the meeting was so great, like we're going in the direction we're supposed to. Listen, enough with the talk, enough with this meeting and that meeting, and we had this talk, and this was productive. This is not what the fans want to hear. You need to show up and do it on the field.
What did AJ Brown and Devontae?
What is it? What is talking about a meeting supposed to do for you? It does nothing. It does nothing. We don't want to hear that, oh, we had a team meeting. If this is the case, and you're saying that you had so many positive conversation about the offense, then we better stop seeing the same plays. The same 3 running plays. They got the one play where the center pulls, and the other 2 plays are just inside zone, outside zone. So you wonder why Saquon Barkley can't get any yards like he did last year.
Y'all won last week.
You're not calling
very vanilla play calling
offensive plays. So you keep doing the same shit, and you expect there's to be changes. So if you're saying all this stuff about this, I don't want to see any of the same plays that I've seen the first 5-6 weeks of this season, because it has gotten this team nowhere. So that's the end of my rant. As far as the game, Quinyon Mitchell is injured. We don't know if he's going to play. So you think that I'm going to trust Adoree Jackson to cover Justin Jefferson? I can't really pick this game. Like, my heart wants to pick the Eagles, but I can't. From what I've seen, I cannot pick the Eagles to win this game. I think the Vikings are gonna win. And after that, if we're having the same issues like the last few weeks, then somebody got to go. KP got to go, because nothing is changing. And this guy has no experience as an offensive play caller. This is what happens when you hire people who don't know what they're doing.
Man, where's the Donald Trump?
I feel him, dude. Because the way the Giants punched him in the mouth from start to finish, that and Scatterbo and Dart just had their way with him. I was like, this is not the Eagles, bro. You know what I mean? But
it's not.
JJ, go ahead.
I think in every problem, both sides are part of it. So it could be him, but it's definitely those players too, because your players aren't playing the way that they're supposed to be playing for what we've had expected. And it looks like a team that looks like they were supposed to already just have it given to them because they already conquered the mountaintop. That ain't how it works. And if you want to start with him and get him out there, absolutely, he has to kind of see better. But you cannot solve a problem without looking at yourself and be like, you know what? I can run that route better. I can block better. I can snap better. I can cut my mental errors, better penalties. Because at the end of the day, penalties ain't nobody but them. Penalties don't got nothing to do with anybody but the player. And so when you have that situation over there and this guy, you look at yourself off the bat. I do think the more we keep hearing about these meetings, the more it's merits the fact that this might be more than what is actually being shown. It's okay if you don't want to tell everybody this, because at the end of the day, you want to keep everything in-house. But if, like we've seen with Miami, where things start to fester and grow, I expect Jalen and Saquon to say that, because I know their personality. I'm curious about the other players, because the other players that seem to be involved the most is Devontae and AJ. Did they say the same thing? Because if they said the same thing, that gives me more positivity to believe that you guys can turn it around. If they didn't say anything, or they're not saying anything, I need to see how they play. Because if they don't believe that, then that kind of makes me think about, well, maybe that's been what I've been saying. Them going back and forth with each other at odds. Someone saying they need to play better and vice versa. But we won't know. We'll see. With that being said, I do think that this is a game that I understand that Quinyon Mitchell's out and you do have to face a Justin Jefferson by himself. But I do trust your coordinator, your DC. And I think your DC has ability to get a scheme to at least limit him to the point where you have to win this game. And I actually will take you guys to win this game 30-21.
All right, Dom?
I'll take the Eagles as well. It's kind of backs against the wall territory. Like, could they lose this game? Sure, they could, but they fucking better not. And I think they all know that in Philadelphia. And that's from the players to the coordinators to the head coach to the water boy. They know they have to go in there and win. And not just win, a statement win. Like, things need to get back to the way that they were last year. And the sweet spot, and something I've noticed that hasn't been the case for most of the season, and I don't know why they don't realize this, because they had a tremendous amount of success with it last year. The sweet spot for pass attempts for Jalen Hurts is like 23 to 30 passing attempts. Not 17 or 18, but also not 35 to 40. And like James said, if you're not going to call some different run plays, then I guess just throw it more. Because if you throw, that will open up possibilities in the run game. And then you've got play action, which is also where Jalen Hurts fucking shines. But yeah, they've got to get it figured out and quick. I think they will this week, at least enough to win.
If it's a must win, that means y'all must believe in the other teams to catch them and pass them.
And you know what? That's what I'm about to allude to. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one, but if they drop this game, and this is what I was saying about, just like I was saying about JJ's team, about the Ravens, except this is a bit of a closer gap. This is something that you got to win. You got to win to stay ahead because the Giants are starting to find themselves. And then the Cowboys and Commanders could wake up at any time. So, Eagles, you got to go out there and you got to handle business on Sunday. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. Hopefully that OC gets it together. I don't know if he needs a shot in the arm or a kick in the ass or what. But I'll take them. I'll take them 28-23.
Lone wolfed the other team.
I don't listen. I really don't agree with. I really don't agree with what Jay said about the other two teams going to wake up. I think the only positive takeaway of the Eagles right now is the fact that the other teams in the division cannot take advantage when we lose. So that's why I say it's not. That's really the only positive thing right now.
That's why I say it's not a must win because it's not like anybody's going to be threatening y'all.
All
right. Chargers.
Like what's more? Like if you had to ask, what's more of a must win? The Eagles and who they have coming behind them, or the Chargers keeping pace for winning with who's behind them.
This is an interesting game.
Colts, Chargers.
I love it.
Chargers are 1.5. Chargers are having they are a 1.5 point home favorite over the 5-1 Indianapolis Colts. Oh, let's start off with JT. Who you got, man?
I completely disagree with the line of this game. The Colts are playing better as a team. They are playing like one of the best teams in the NFL right now. And no matter what they do, it's like they still don't get the credit. I don't know if it's because they have bad PR. People just don't like the Colts. Daniel Jones.
They get on that owner for on the sideline.
They're not supposed to be that good of a team. But the Colts are a really, really good team.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
And I don't know at what point are the Colts going to actually get some respect because I don't know what else they can do. They're 5-1.
They've got an offensive rookie of the year candidate.
They do.
That boy Warren is a pretty good one.
JJ, who you got?
I actually think this is a very good matchup, and I do agree with James. But I think what's happening is it's the head coach, it's his culture, it's his offense, it's bringing the best out of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had some mistakes last week, sure. And I know people thinking this is the competition they played to this point. But years, like I said earlier, you're looking for benefits, you're looking for growth. And they do have, connections. He's got a good connection with Josh Downs and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, so it's a league full of really great running backs. Because this guy is arguably top 3, top 5, but I can already think of 4 or 5 backs that are already a little bit better than him or on his same level. But it speaks to his greatness because he's looking great. The more he plays well, the better. I think the Chargers have to really figure it out. I know they suffered an injury with I think Amari Hampton is out. But Justin, it's your time you have every opportunity to finally get to that level that you've been trying to get to between all your other counterparts, which is win your division, which is win and get it. You're in the driver's seat. Joe Burrow's won his division. Lamar's won his division. Josh won his division. Baker's won his division. You need to win your division. I'm going to give you this game to win, but I think this is going to be a very, very tough one. I think I've got them winning this game 28-27.
Okay. Dom, who you got, man?
I'm taking the Colts. Like James said, this is another game that the Colts go into. Just they're The poor Colts, bless you.
Bless you.
Rodney Dangerfield's in the NFL right now. Fucking no respect. Like, what more do they have to do? Like, does beating a division leader on the road, does this get them the amount of credit that they're deserved? Probably not. There'll be some bullshit narrative after the week, like either Justin Herbert will have a bad game and throw 3 picks, or it'll be, the Chargers don't have either one of their starting tackles and they're down to a 3rd string running back. Like, I don't care. Like, you're at home, you're in first place. This is a game. The Chargers probably need it more than the Colts. The Colts need it for a respect standpoint, but they'll be in better shape because all
Who
of a
in the
sudden, out of
AFC
nowhere,
is playing better than the Indianapolis Colts right now?
yeah, for sure.
Nobody.
For sure. Yeah, I'll take the Colts and covering that spread. Chargers aren't even winning this game, let alone covering.
Yeah, just keeping it short. I would take the Colts on this one. They are playing the best football in the league right now. Daniel Jones is playing the best football that he has in his career. I would go as far as saying even better so than the 1 year he made the playoffs with the Giants. And the Chargers have a tough opponent while those guys in Kansas City got an easy opponent. So the Chargers have to be revved up to win this game. But unfortunately, I don't see it happening. I'm going to take the Colts in this one. It will be close, though. I can see a 31-24 type of score. Next game. Oh, man, it's those 2 badass silver teeth kids, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo. They traveled a mile high to possibly high-five another ref. Dom, we'll start with you. Who do you have?
This is tough. Broncos playing some pretty good football. Giants look like they're starting to figure it out. I'm actually going to take the Giants. I mean, any one of these games, any one of these next few weeks, like if there's an over-under on career games played for Cam Scatterbo, take the under because that dude is out of his mind. Out of his fucking mind. Like this dude would run through a brick wall or try to for fun, just on the street, no pads, no helmet. Head first. Like he's got to chill out a little bit if he's thinking about his long-term planning because you can't keep playing like that and expect to have a long career. But
Let me
Giants
ask you
are kind of rolling, and I think the Broncos are primed for an upset. So yeah, give me the Giants.
JJ?
I ain't know Jack Youngblood to be kind of chill and everything like that. I ain't know Joe Montana, any of those players to be kind of chill like that. He crazy. You're right, maybe we'll tone it down, but I think that's what makes him who he is. And I do like this little thing. I like this game. I think this is going to be a really fun game. I actually will take the Giants to cover, but I've got the Broncos winning because I think that spread is high because I do believe in the Broncos defense. But I think what kills any defense is a quarterback that knows how to use his legs when they're trying to shut down the pass. And Jackson knows how to use his legs. And that's enough for me to make them cover. But I got the Chargers winning this game 31-28.
All right. JT, who you got, man?
Listen, guys, I know everyone is talking about the Giants right now, but I still don't think they're that good of a team. I think the Eagles just played a really terrible game against them, and that's what is generating all the hype around this team. So I think we're going to see a similar game to the Giants versus the Saints. In that game, had a couple turnovers. They were leading most of the time. It started to have some turnovers, and then all of a sudden the Saints completely flipped it over. So I feel like the Denver Broncos are just a better team. It's mile high. You got to deal with the altitude. It's a tough home field advantage. So I'll take Denver.
I want to say something about that because you're right. It is. I had to get out the airport one time in Colorado at the Mile High for that 10 seconds. How cold it was! Oh my gosh! Oh hell!
The altitude is no joke to some people. Also,
It's cool up in the mountains though because it'll be like 30 degrees and the sun's out and it feels like it's 60.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. Actually, I got to go ahead in just a second. I'm going to take the Broncos in this one, but I do see the game being close. Because even though the Giants don't have Malik Neighbors, you figure the number one guy now is Wan'Dale Robinson, who's really been stepping it up. Then, of course, you got Scatterbo and Jackson Dart back there. But But I like that. If it was in Jersey, I might have picked the Giants, but I'm going to take Denver in this one. I'll take Denver because we talk about the Chiefs and we know what the Raiders are. Okay, we talk about the Chiefs and the Chargers. Well, there's a Denver team in that division that's gunning for the division title as well. So I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. They really should have blown out the Jets last week. They really should have blown them out, but. They got the win. It is what it is. It's a new week. But yeah, this was. I'm gonna say 28-24, Denver. On that note, I gotta run the confidential. You guys got it. So everybody out there, I'll see you next week. They're gonna continue on with the show.
There you go. Have a good one, man. Enjoy the show. Thanks for everything, man. Glad to have you back.
Later on. Appreciate it.
Next game. We got the Green Bay Packers versus the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Dom, who we got?
Has Kyler Murray, has he had enough time to play video games? Is he coming back this week?
Dom.
I am not sure.
Dom.
Isn't a new Call of Duty coming out though?
It just did. Like,
yeah. Okay, yeah. Packers definitely win in this game because somebody did a research on this. Anytime that Call of Duty comes out, Kyler Murray's stats get worse. So he's in the lab playing Call of Duty. It's not going to be good. Green Bay by 1 million.
These are some of the strangest things that people come up with. Like, it's so funny.
It's true though.
I think the Cardinals are going to keep it close, but I think this is going to be a Packers type win because even with Jacoby Brissett, they can still move the football a little bit. And Green Bay has, they've got some things they need to figure out as well. They did have a good victory last week, but I think this game will be a little bit closer, especially if he plays, because I think he has found something with Trey McBride and starting to connect with Marvin Harrison. And again, he can use flex. I think that if he has enough talent in him that they can make it competitive, where if you give an opening, he could take it. But I will give it to the Packers in this game. I'm going to give it to them 28-21.
So to cover.
Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas.
Game of the week.
Who you guys got?
Go ahead, Dom.
I don't know. You can go ahead. I got to think on this one for at least 30 seconds.
I think this is going to be a very competitive game because these teams don't like each other. And I will say, we have gotten away from the joyous rivalries like the Eagles and the Giants, or the Lions and the Bears, or the Lions and the Packers, or the Ravens and Steelers. And the Cowboys and Commanders are still a group that if you talk to their fan base, they still kind of hold that same love with each other from what we grew from the 90s and before and the 2000s and stuff. I think this is going to be a really deep, fun game. The Commanders are the definition of inconsistent right now. They're the little definition of inconsistent. They'll do well, then lose. Then do well, then lose. Then do well, and then lose. Now, it tracks.
That's how you find yourself at 3-3.
Right. It tracks for them to get this game. But I think it's going to be a win at the end because I will see them. I got Cowboys covering this, but Commanders winning this 28-20. No, not 28-27. 31-30.
I think it's going to be all about, can the Cowboys defense stop anybody? Because so far this year, they have stopped nobody. They are 32nd or 31st in every defensive metric across the board. Dak is playing some great football, but if your defense can't get off the field and give you an opportunity to score, like letting the other team score just so Dak can get back on the field, that's not a good game plan. It's not a good strategy to win games. I don't know. It's a coin flip. I guess give me the Commanders because fuck the Cowboys.
So it's pretty interesting that a certain Jerry Jones made the statement that getting rid of Micah Parsons was going to make them a better defensive team. Yet now they are the worst in the league at every single category. Just thought that was pretty interesting. So on that note, the Cowboys defense can't stop a nosebleed. Jaden Daniels is going to cook them. Terry McLaurin might be back this week as well.
He
So I
came
think
back to practice today.
I think Commanders are going to win this game. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus San Francisco Red Cowboy 49ers. Can Bijan Robinson run over them, or will the Red Cowboys pull off the W? I really like what I saw. I really did like what I saw with Atlanta.
Purdy came back to practice today as well.
I really liked what I saw from Atlanta. But can they do it back to back? And it's a tough game on the road, West Coast trip. It's going to be a tough one.
49ers have their woes.
But there's two things. There's two things that travels. Running and defense. So if you get Bijan going like last week, that defense caused some turnovers. Could be a big problem for San Fran. So I'm going to take Atlanta. I think they're going to win this one.
I will say this. I'm not even looking at just Bijan. I like what I saw from Drake London. And I've seen some contested catches. I've seen him going against some sticky defenders and actually coming out on top. That was a pretty
They also have another running back on their team that's pretty good.
Tyson Algier.
Tyler Algier.
Yeah. I like what I've seen from them. I like Penix. I think Penix is I think they made the right choice in giving him a chance to grow, because I think what you're seeing now is what you're probably seeing, even what's even happening now for him. And if their connection gets even stronger, having Kyle Pitts into the fold makes them a very strong team. And the one thing I will give them, the reason why I'll take them to win this game, is because I do know that the injuries that the San Francisco are suffering, they just lost their defensive captain. The guy that has running the ship, where they said in that game, it doesn't matter who else.
And he's out for the season.
Ooh.
Right. They say if it does, they said if it doesn't matter. They said it doesn't matter who's out there, as long as he's out there, they have a chance to have some type of continuity. He's not out there. That's going to make it very challenging for that defense against an offense that is feeling confident in themselves. I have Atlanta winning this game, and I think it's going to be a game that people are going to look at and be like, oh, wait a minute. I have them winning this game 31-17 because their defense is pretty strong. Their pass rush is alive. They've got a good secondary. Brock Purdy, I'm very curious to see how he handles with this weapon set and not George Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, and Ricky Pearsall. So we're going to see.
All right.
I'm taking Atlanta as well. Red Cowboys gonna Red Cowboy.
We got a tough one.
Yes, we do.
How many punches are going to be thrown in this game?
Well, it's that they're still waiting for word now. Campbell said he thought he was going to hear something today, but still no word on whether or not Brian Branch is going to play.
I thought it was
I thought
y'all appealed it? Y'all appealed it?
Oh, immediately he did.
Well, I just don't understand why Brian Branch gets everything, but Juju gets nothing. That's what I think is not right.
Because there's no...
Because he got his butt whooped?
Yeah, because there's, unless they had everyone mic'd up and they went back and listened
there's no
to the
better
mics,
person to get their ass whooped than Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
The guy is the definition of a front runner.
You're funny now.
For sure. But there's no way to prove what Juju said versus, a punch. That's pretty black and white, cut and dry. And he immediately regretted it, and that's the type of shit, I get it. He didn't want to shake hands. I wouldn't shake hands with Patrick Mahomes regardless of the situation. Whether he was talking shit to me and taunting me all game, I'm not shaking your hand. We just lost to you. Fuck you. See you in the Super Bowl, maybe. Chances are neither one of us will be there, but that's a different story for a different day. We played this team last year, and it was the game that Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks, and we still somehow managed to lose. It was also the game where Ben Johnson decided to get cute and have Jared Goff throw the ball 52 times. And then Robert Griffin came out afterwards and said, having Jared Goff throw the ball 52 times is not a recipe for success. Having any quarterback throw the ball 52 times is not a recipe for success. We need to get the running game going early in the game if we can. We were running the ball just fine in that game against Tampa, by the way, averaging like 4.3, 4.4 per tote. So the lack of a running game wasn't the issue. Just Ben Johnson tried to get cute. I want to see a less one-sided split of carries. David Montgomery only had like maybe 4 carries against KC for like 24 yards, by the way. They did get him involved in the passing game, and I get it that Jahmyr Gibbs has probably passed Montgomery as the number 1 back, but David Montgomery is still a very, very capable running back, and leaving him on the bench and not giving him any carries while you're just watching Jahmyr get stuffed trying to run up the gut down after down after down, like, you got to
He's your
switch
most
it up.
physical
If
runner.
something's not working, you got to try something different.
I think in certain situations, David Montgomery fits better.
He does for the run for runs up the middle and short
He's a
yardage.
better blitz pickup guy too. He's a better guy at picking up blitz.
He is. It's just I get it. Like Kicks dig the long ball, and anytime you hand the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs or throw a dump off pass to him, he's got the opportunity to take it all the way to the opposing end zone. I get that, but at the same time, like when you're not running the ball well and you're sticking with one guy and that's not working, and then we're forced to go into drop back, that's not the team that we are. Like, we thrive off the run game and play action. And when you can't run the ball for shit and you keep ending up in 2nd and 8, 3rd and 9, and you have to throw and everyone knows it's coming, it becomes predictable and easier to defend.
It's so funny that I just think about the game against Patrick Mahomes, because the 2 things about Patrick Mahomes that makes me so funny is his look at the ref when he's expecting to get a call. And afterwards, he just runs like, okay, gotta go, guys. Let's get over here. They're not gonna give me what I want, but keep it moving. It's so funny. And then when they talk smack and they say something slick to him, his face is looking like, and that's the face he got before Brian Branch got over there. And it's like, look, we know, Patrick, we know you talk trash. And we know that at the same time, we know that you feel like you could talk trash to a little bit, because in times past, you've been able to do it with less repercussions on you. I do, in terms of this game, I think this is a really tough matchup for Tampa Bay. And I think if Tampa Bay is going to win this game, they need to go back to what kind of got them here, is really sticking to trying to run the football and control the clock, because I love Baker, but he doesn't have Evans. I don't think he's going to have Godwin this game, and he's not going to have Ibuka this game. And Ibuka, not even just the fact of his production, he keeps the defense honest so that way you can work other guys in there. It's going to be a very interesting game to see how they handle this Detroit team, because Detroit's going to score. And you have the ability to score as well, but I want to see how it happens. Is it going to be more methodical, where you have to do the game manage and work your way up the field, or is it going to be what you're trying to be doing before, which is some big chunks? Because they do go for big chunks a lot, and they can capable of doing it. But I've got the Lions to win this game 31-24, because I do think I think it's going to be a close game where nobody gets ahead more than 10 points. I think it's going to be a 10-point. They'll get a field goal or a touchdown. They go up again. But I think in the end, it's going to be Detroit having a stop on 4th down, pretty much at like the 25-yard line on their territory at the end of the game, because I do think it's going to be a good matchup. But I got Detroit winning.
We don't lose back today.
I said it the last game with KC and Detroit, but I feel like it's a similar situation where you have a team that really likes to blitz the quarterback, which Todd Bowles likes to do it. Spags likes to do it. So I feel like for Detroit, you just got to attack the blitz. Get the ball into your playmakers in space. I'd like to see some wide receiver screens. Get the ball to Gibbs out of the backfield. You know he's capable of getting that yak. And then I think that can kind of nullify the pass rush a little bit. So I like Detroit. They're playing at home. And Baker, he's kind of been on a heater, so you have tough games. You don't just like get on that heater and stay there the whole season. So I feel like this is going to be one of those games for Baker. I think he'll probably throw 1 interception at some point, and that'll be the difference in the game.
That's what I've been seeing all year. The turnover margin.
You just said something for me, and I will go back to those fantasy people. If you're going to be blitzing, there's one player on that Detroit team that I'm going to be taking on props. His name is Sam Laporta. because that is the first person he looks at when I realize if I'm on a Ross, St. Brown's not available. Those are the top 2 he looks at. And 9 times out of 10, Sam is usually open. So players are the bets.
And he always knows where the sticks are.
Right. Whatever his receiving yards is, whatever his fantasy score is, I think that's going to be a very good play this week. So after James, your comment right there and remembering, I'm like, yep. Boom.
That's what Todd Bowles does. He blitz just as much as any coach. So now we have the second. And one thing I need to say, get off my chest before we pick this game.
I agree with you if you say it. I agree with you.
What is the NFL doing with these double header games?
I fucking hate it.
Having a game at 10 o'clock at night on a working night.
I mean, I don't like a doubleheader, period. It makes no more sense to do that than it does one game at 7:15 and one game at 8:15. Like, you know,
so what happens
one
if
of the games is one that you really wanted to watch, and the other one is
what happens if this game goes to overtime and we're playing football like 1 a.m.? You know, I just don't understand it. But Seattle's an exciting young team. I like what they're doing. You know, Sam Darnold, I don't really trust him in the postseason, but regular season last year was really good. He's been good this year. Got the good connection with Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think they'll make some plays and they'll win this game. I'm just not sold on Houston. I don't really like where this team is kind of headed. They were the heavy favorite. They were like the heavy favorite to win the AFC South, but that has completely changed. So I like Seattle.
You know, Mike McDonald is building a really nice, solid team out here, and Sam Darnold, I think, is being able to relish in that whole system with Mike McDonald because their defense is his calling card. They're okay, but that offense is pretty move. And Jackson Smith-Njigba, man, that man's got big playability any way you spin it, and I think it's a great game here. I like this matchup. I will take the Seahawks to cover this game. I've got them winning this game 24-17, and I think it's going to be a fun one. I'm not going to be watching it, but, you know, I'll look at the score tomorrow when I wake up. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, I might peek in on it in the waning moments of the Lions game, but after the Lions game, I'm probably going to bed. I'm glad it's not like a really good, you know, huge matchup to where I'd be forced to stay up and watch it, but I don't see the Texans being able to hang around with Seattle. I think that spread is a little low. I would take Seattle 28-10.
All right, so that concludes this week for Picked Off. Come back on Friday to figure out who knows ball. JJ was the first champion. So what happens? Is Don going to get back this week? Is Jay going to do something? We don't know. But we'll see you guys on Friday.
That'll be fun.